Hey, my name is Jaya. I am a martial artist, a wannabe filmmaker, and an absolute kung fu nerd. Martial arts have always been in my life for what seemed like forever now, and as I grew up watching countless movies and documentaries, a dream was planted in my heart: to train at the legendary Shaolin Temple in China. In 2023, after years of planning and preparing, the time had finally come for me to fulfill that dream. So sit back, relax, and let me take you through my experiences here at the Shaolin Temple. The journey began with a 5-hour-long train ride from Beijing to Zhengzhou, which is the nearest major city to the Shaolin Temple. I stayed overnight in Zhengzhou and got to admire and enjoy some of their city nightlife. And the next morning, I took a 1.5-hour long distance bus from Zhengzhou all the way to the Shaolin Temple. I couldn't believe it. I was finally back at the legendary Shaolin Temple once again. I got my head shaved by an actual Shaolin monk, which was pretty freaking cool, and I also met my first 2 friends on the same day. I got my head shaved, I bought my monk robes, and it's finally time to start training. Alright, just gonna give you guys a little quick MTV Cribs house tour. This is the Shaolin Archery Hall, or in Chinese, Changongyuan, and it is something straight out of a movie. I mean, if you thought that these Shaolin guys only did martial arts or melee weapons, well then you are dead wrong, because these guys also do archery, which means that you're getting fucked from all sorts of ranges. But look at this place. It's about 2-ish kilometers away from the actual temple. It's in the Song Mountains, right? There's the banner. It's got a very nice courtyard. That's the study room. That's the laundry room, washroom, and these doors are where the students live, and up there as well. Walk down through the corridor here, find some bows. Very epic. On all of the pillars, they have one of these signs as well, you know, and it's just basically explaining the principles of Shaolin archery. Here's some other signs explaining the health benefits, and you just gotta love the mountain and the backdrop. I mean, I wake up to this every morning, and I am beyond blessed to be able to witness this. It's so freaking cool living in the mountains. You know, I'm not living in the Shaolin temple, but still, I can't complain about this. The coolest part is, so if you just follow me up these stairs, that's the kitchen, by the way, but if you just follow up these stairs onto the roof, and this is what you get. Look at that. I mean, the sun sets right about there, and it's the most beautiful thing you'll ever see in your entire life. I mean, just, you're surrounded by mountains and nature and martial arts. And what's the coolest thing is, I don't know if I could zoom in that far, but if you could see that one little white dot right over there, that is the statue of Bodhidharma. That's on top of Damo Dome, or Damo's cave, right? Which means that if you follow that direction, right about there, I don't know if I'm pointing at the right spot, but right about there, you can see the Shaolin Temple. So basically, every morning, I can see the Shaolin Temple from here. And it's just, once again, so surreal to just look at while you eat your breakfast. Alright, quick little room tour. This is my room. And so you share the room with about a maximum of 6 people. But luckily at this time of the year, there's not really a lot of foreign students. So far, I only share my room with one other person. We got some nice little lockers to put your stuff, which I don't really use. We have a nice table with no chairs and whatever this is. Here's the washroom, and well, as you expected, you know, you got a classic Chinese squat toilet. You get used to it, and it's good training for your stances. The shower, surprisingly, is very new, actually. It looks like it was just installed this year, along with the water heater, sink. Yeah, nothing too crazy, you know, just your standard washroom. And here are the bunk beds. This is my bed. I need to start folding my blanket. I got my pro editing setup right here. This is the setup of the gods. The best part is, I look out the window every day and I see this. Absolutely blessed. Bowls, my chest of clothes. I'm running out of English vocabulary, but it's okay. The beds here though, let me tell you this, look at this. The beds here are hard as a motherfucker. They're literally just like a wooden plank, right? There's like almost no cushioning, which, you know, is the full Shaolin experience, so I'm not complaining. The pillows here are very soft though. You know, I was expecting to just sleep on bricks, but you know, we actually get pillows here. This is where I be living for the next little while. This is the best day of my life. Yeah. Woo! Yo, what is going on, everybody? Today is November 18th, and it marks my first official month here at the Shaolin Temple. I came here on October 18th, and I have lived a full month here. The past month felt both really freaking long, like the longest month of my life, but also really freaking short at the same time. I mean, just so much shit happened in the past month. You know, you got crazy, intense Shaolin training. I saw and met so many of those, I guess you could say, famous monks that you see on the documentaries and in TV and on social media. Seeing them in the flesh and getting to know them, and also photo shoots and performances and just doing a bunch of different things, you know. And it's definitely been a whole freaking new experience, but also it felt like it was really nothing. I mean, I still feel like I'm on my first or second week here, because every day I learn something new or I discover something new about this place. I guess this is kind of just a checkpoint for me, you know. I mean, 1 month, it's kind of a long time, but it's also not like a super long time. So my first official month here at the Shaolin Temple, I believe 31 days. I've been here for 31 days, and I still can't believe it till this day, you know, to be able to live and train and experience the Shaolin Temple of my dreams, right? I mean, I've always wanted to come here ever since when I was a kid, when I was 13, like a whole 10 years ago. I've always wanted to come here to train in Kung Fu and to just live here and experience basically the monk life in the mountains. And 10 years later, I'm finally here, and it's just so surreal to be able to be here every day. And I'm so grateful, because everywhere I look, I see things from the movies or from the documentaries that I looked up to and admired when I was a kid growing up. And so everything I see everywhere, I recognize. I'm like, oh my God, that's from that movie, that's from that documentary. And every day I discover something new about this temple and something about the Kung Fu or the Buddhism here. I'm so grateful to be here, I have to be honest. You know, there are many things that I'm very proud of in my life. There are many things that I've experienced in my life that I'm very grateful for, but I think this experience here at the Shaolin Temple, being able to be here and to train here and to just exist within this monastery, is definitely the proudest and the most awe-inspiring thing I've ever done in my life so far. I've never really quite experienced anything like this in my entire life, despite the other stuff I've done. Yeah, my first month at Shaolin, you know, 1 down, 11 more to go. It's kind of crazy to think that it's already been 1 month, right? And there's only 12 months in an entire year, so I'm 1/12 done. It feels like, you know, I still have a long way to go, but at the same time, I feel like as I keep on progressing and as I keep training and as I keep getting used to living here and being in the monastery and getting to know this place better, time is just gonna go by faster and faster and faster, and before I know it, you know, boom, it's been a whole year I've been here. There's just so much more coming, and there's so much more for me to learn, and I'm so excited because what I've learned in the past month outweighs all of the research and reading and whatever I've done in the past 5 years. Honestly, it feels that way. So, and this is only the first month, so I can't even begin to imagine what more and new things I will be learning. Once again, right, everywhere you look, it's like landmark, landmark, landmark. Like everything here is iconic. So I'm so grateful to be here. I'm so excited to be here. And I guess the question is, do I miss home? Surprisingly, yes, I do actually. You know, you might think that, oh, you know, you're living your best life out here at Shaolin, why would you miss home? But I do, you know, of course, because home is still home, right? I mean, Shaolin is my home, and it's been in my heart for the past 10 years, but, you know, I have other homes as well. So I do miss home, I do miss my family, and of course, I do miss my friends. But at the same time, they give me more motivation, they push me even further in my training, in my studies, and in my everything, because I want to be the best. I want to do the best I can, and I want to be the best I can when I come back after my 1 year here. You know, make them proud, I guess. First month here at Shaolin, I'm so grateful to be able to say I spent a month at Shaolin. and there's more to come. So stay tuned and see you guys soon.
四支箭射完以后，四支箭射完以后又退出棋面。
So, long story short, I'm getting tested on Shaolin Archery today. Yeah, I still live at the Shaolin Archery Hall, so the master, he was like, hey, we're doing a test on Sunday, you should do it. And I was like, alright, say no more. And I thought it was just gonna be shooting, but apparently there's gonna be written questions, like on the history, which, you know, his history's fine, but it's like questions on Shaolin Archery, and I've never studied Shaolin Archery. So I'm like, oh shh. But here I am, I'm gonna do it. Because why the fuck not, right? If you pass, you get like a sash with your name on it, and then you get like a certificate. It's like, oh, certified Shaolin archer. So that's a big fucking flex, and I think it'll be really cool. Archery is a part of Shaolin culture as well, so if you want to be a more well-rounded Shaolin Kung Fu martial artist, right, you gotta do archery. So I'm gonna do it. I don't know how I'm gonna pass the written portion, but fuck it, we ball. Stay tuned. Alright guys, so after a long ass day, your boy is a certified Shaolin archer now. What? I have no idea how I passed that written test. I had to write it in English because my Chinese writing is seriously non-existent at this point. And somehow that worked. And now I have this. Dude, this is so freaking cool, and it's absolutely amazing. With the official Songshan Shaolin Temple stamp, and I get my own Shaolin archery sash. Here, you know, we have the Shaolin Chan archery symbol, the same design on the back. So that's really freaking cool. It's in gold, and it's really shiny. The front, it says Shaolin Changgong or Shaolin Chan Archery. I love this. This is such a big honor. It's like receiving a belt in Taekwondo or something. So now I can finally understand why people are so excited to get belts. This is just my name, and Siji means 4th level. So I'm a level 4 Shaolin Archer now. Here you have these two buttons right here. So you could actually take this and button it onto your sash. There were 3 rounds. Every round you shoot 4 arrows. You have to get 12 points at least. Up until my 11th shot, I was still on 10 points, and I'm like, oh my god, like there's no way. And then on my 12th and final shot, somehow, you know, I got bullseye, and then so that's actually what led me to passing. So, Amitofo, you know, Amitofo. It was very clutch. Just thinking back a couple hours ago when I first woke up, I really didn't think I could do this. I really thought that I might just have to forfeit because I can't do the written exam, and if I don't do the written exam, there's no way I could pass. I guess if this teaches myself anything is to not doubt myself and just always go with it. And at the end of the day, fuck it, we ball is the way to go. And once again, this is what the sash looks like. And right here, Shaolin Changgong, and you know, you could button this like that to show your level. I love this so much, especially this. This is such a cool logo, and just to be able to wear this, I'm so grateful to the master of Changgong Yuan for offering me to compete and to test. To be able to say that I am a Shaolin archer is a great honor. I'm very grateful, and I'm very excited to be able to represent Shaolin culture in a more holistic way, beyond just doing martial arts, but also through archery as well. So very grateful for this opportunity. Bro, today my master was like, you seem to be in a good mood. I'm gonna ruin your fucking day. And he made me do narrow horse stance. I did that shit for like, I don't even know how long. I can't even walk right now. You know what's something that I just realized? Right now, currently at the time of recording, I'm a full-time martial artist. You know, like I'm out here training all day, every day, except for Sundays off, which, you know, thankfully, because I need that Sunday off. You know, I thought that, oh, I could do 7 days of training, no problem. No, the fuck I can't. Still, like, I train 4 hours a day, Monday through Saturday. I'm a full-time martial artist right now. Like, I'm not in school, I'm not working. All I'm doing these days is going to the Shaolin temple every day and training Kung Fu. That's it. And in my opinion, that's the coolest fucking flex. Obviously, right? Once the money runs out, I'll have to go back to secular life. But, you know, I'm gonna live it up as much as I can within the next year. And I mean, I've already been here for about a month and a half now, so it's crazy how fast time is flying by. So I really need to remind myself to make sure to treasure every single moment, because before I know it, it's gonna come to an end one day and I'm gonna be really sad when that happens. But I still got a year. Yeah, just a quick little realization. I'm a full-time martial artist right now, and that is so fucking cool. I mean, I guess at this point, martial arts really is my life. There's nothing that I've pursued more than martial arts, than Kung Fu. In my entire life. When I was a kid, I was like the Kung Fu kid in my elementary school. Same thing in high school, you know, I was always like, oh, that one kid that is obsessed with Kung Fu, but it's true. When I was 13, I remember watching Shaolin movies, I remember watching Shaolin documentaries and Shaolin videos on YouTube, and I remember I was just obsessed with Shaolin, you know, Shaolin Temple, Shaolin Kung Fu, everything about Shaolin. I've always wanted to come here, and I've always wanted to train here, like one of the monks I saw in the movies or in the documentaries, right? I know I've said this like 1,000 times already at this point, but it's really crazy to kind of look back and reflect on where you come from. It's like, yeah, 10 years ago, you know, I would have dreamed of doing this, of being here at Shaolin and training. I mean, even like 3 years ago, the thought of coming to Shaolin, that was a dream, even 3 years ago. So it's just crazy to think about how far everything's come, and I'm so grateful. And I'm so glad that it finally happened. It's quite literally 10 years in the making. 10 years ago, it's like planting a seed. Like, sure, I've had phases where I'm like, oh, I want to do this, right? Where I kind of pushed Shaolin aside. Deep down in my heart, you know, Shaolin was always there. Every once in a while, I come back, I end up watching some Shaolin videos, and then I'm like, damn, you know, I still want to go. Over the past 10 years, slowly over time, that seed is now blossomed into this, which is reality, because I am here. I am at Shaolin, and I am training Kung Fu at the legendary Shaolin Temple. I'm doing the very thing that I've always dreamed of. I'm very blessed and I'm very grateful to be able to say that I'm here living my dream. I'm just very happy, right? Not only am I here for the Kung Fu, right? There's a lot of Shaolin schools in Canada. I could just go to a Shaolin school in Canada to learn the Kung Fu, but no, I'm here for the experience. I just want to come here to live in a mountain and to wake up and just see mountain and train in the mountains at the temple itself. And it's fucking amazing to be able to live it. You can watch a video of it on YouTube, sure, but it's not gonna be the same. And that's the importance of experience. Nothing in my life has come close to what I'm experiencing here at Shaolin. No amount of movies, no amount of documentaries, no amount of anything can equate to what I'm experiencing here. And I knew this, and that's why I always wanted to come here. And right now, I have to say I'm the happiest I've ever been, but not entirely because I'm at the Shaolin Temple doing Kung Fu every day, but because I'm beginning to understand Chan Buddhism and how Kung Fu works. Because once again, it's through this experience of living in the Shaolin Temple that I'm able to experience a better understanding of Chan Buddhism. And because I am now able to experience a better understanding of Chan Buddhism, I'm able to understand more about myself. And through that better understanding of myself, I'm able to become happier, and I'm able to let go of a lot of things. Obviously, you know, you hear people say it, you watch YouTube videos, you watch or you look at Instagram posts, right? It's always the same shit, right? Let go of your desires, let go of your attachments, let go of this, let go of that, let go of things you can't control in order to be happy, right? You could hear what people say, and then you'd be like, yeah, okay, that makes sense. But because it makes sense, doesn't mean you understand it. Once you understand it, you're like, oh, so that's what they mean. But then, the moment you actually experience what you understand and what you hear, that is when the change happens. And I have to say, I don't know if that change would have happened had I not come to Shaolin. So once again, I'm not just here for the Kung Fu. I don't think I would have experienced a better understanding of Buddhism had I not come to Shaolin. And in my opinion, you can't really experience, or at least I couldn't experience and truly live it anywhere else than the ancestral home of Chan Buddhism, which is the Shaolin Temple. Coming to Shaolin, in my opinion, was the greatest decision I've ever made for myself, so far at least. This is just pure rambling, but you know, I hope I made my point. Now, watch me run up this hill. Ooh. Hell yeah, baby. Just ran up that hill. I guess the moral of this story is always do what you feel is right for yourself. If you want to do something, do it. Get it out of your system while you're still young. Look at that setup. We got the teapot connected to the big water jug, and then you can boil right on the spot. You pour the tea in here, and then you pour it through this into here, and then you pour it into these cups with the little fishies. And also you could pour the leftover straight on the table, and it will seep right through the straw into the waste bucket. Hell yeah. Yeah.雪花飘飘，北风萧萧。Alright, ladies and gentlemen, today is December 18th, 2023, and it marks my official second full month at the Shaolin Temple. It's cold as frick. First things first, as you can see, it is snowing, which is, first of all, it's amazing. You know, this is something I've only dreamed of, right? Watching Shaolin 2011 growing up, and every time it snows in Canada, I always like to imagine I'm at the Shaolin Temple during the snow. So to be able to finally experience snow at the Shaolin Temple in Songshan, China, being here and seeing it, it's straight out of a dream. But it is very freaking cold, like negative double digits, like negative 10, negative 11. I think it was negative 13 at some point too last week. So it's been very freaking cold. We've been relocated to right over here. So we're no longer living in Changongyuan. Now we're actually living inside the Shaolin Temple. So I can officially say that I am living and training inside the Shaolin Temple, which is freaking crazy. What a freaking honor, bro. Never in my dreams did I think I would be able to actually live inside the temple. We are in Cui Pu Tang, it roughly translates to Kung Fu Hall. Some of the top warrior monks also train and live here. Quick little, I guess, summary. 4 new people came exactly 1 month ago. I think I was alone, so I was training by myself. It was, you know, it was a little lonely, and it was very hard training on my own sometimes. but now, you know, I have 4 new friends, so it's always lovely to be able to train with other people. And then it's always nice to see other people come, you know, from different countries from across the world to the Shaolin Temple for whatever reason, right? For maybe the Kung Fu, the culture, the Qigong, the training, or whatever. And I'm also happy because I don't get to suffer alone anymore. So we've actually been training just inside here. This is where we live. It's like a group dormitory. There's like 20 beds in here, right? And so it's quite a big room. So we've been just training inside the room because you know, getting down into the splits on concrete in the snow is not very good for your body. It's very difficult to train outside because there's ice and snow everywhere, but you know, we're still training, no excuses, we'll make do. By the way, what a freaking view, bro. Like, you're inside this Kung Fu courtyard, and then behind you, snow everywhere, seeing the mountain covered in snow, the temple. It's like you're living in a movie, and I'm loving it here. Training wise, not much different. I still haven't learned any new forms yet. It's another month of just running, right? Cardio, stretching, and stances. So I definitely feel improvements. Like, as much as I would love to learn something new, I get it, right? Kung Fu takes a long time and the basics takes a long time. If I have to do basics for the next month, for my first 3 months here, I'm okay with it, you know? Kung Fu, hard work and time, that's it, right? I need time. But definitely the change in weather, the change in season, and the change in aesthetics is always welcome. I look forward to my next and last month. Soon enough, you know, my first 3 months will be finished, which is crazy because 3 months is a long ass time. That's almost 1 whole semester in school, and it just kind of felt like this. It's almost 2024 actually, which is crazy. What a freaking insane end to an insane year. Also, I forgot to mention, you know, I got the spiffy new Shaolin winter jacket robe, whatever you call it. This was actually given to me by one of the masters. He's one of the wisest monks I've ever met. You know, you can ask him basically any question about Shaolin or Shaolin history or martial arts history, and he'll be able to answer it to you. He's a super nice, super chill. His kung fu is insane. You know, he's been doing it for decades. Every day he just does calligraphy, but then if you ask him to show you something, he will, and he will blow you away. So he actually gave me this jacket. I can't believe it, and I'm so honored. I love it. I love this jacket. It looks so nice. But yeah, that's my second month update. I'm loving it. I'm living the dream, and I'm always excited to show you guys and update you guys on all the stuff I've been doing. So I'll see you guys next month for my third and last month. Bro, ain't no freaking way. Guess that's why they call it iced tea, am I right? I was wondering why the water wasn't coming out. It is literally a slushie right now. Dinner, boys? At the local KFC? Hell yeah. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, today is January 18th, and it marks my official 3 months here at the Shaolin Temple. And all I can say is, wow, that's all I can say. 3 months, just like that. I can't believe it's already been 3 months. Those past 3 months felt simultaneously like the longest 3 months of my life and also the shortest at the same time. It felt like I just came here 2 days ago, but it also felt like I've already been here for a year. I stayed at the Shaolin Temple for a quarter of a year already. So that's already a flex. You know, 1 year always seems so long, but then when you break it down into like sections, it's like, well, there's a quarter of a year. You got like 3 more of these 3 months to go, and then that's a full year. It seems long, but it's not really that long. Getting my mind blown aside, a little retrospect. I definitely learned a lot. not just in terms of martial arts. More importantly, I learned a lot in terms of temple politics and how things are run here. A lot of people, myself included, of course, before I came here myself, I thought that, the Shaolin Temple was a place of purity. I thought, it's like a Buddhist temple, obviously, right? And life is going to be very simple, right? It would be a sacred experience living in the temple. I can confidently say after these 3 months that it is not like that at all. There's a lot of politics in the temple, right? Just like anywhere else in life, there's politics, there's drama, there's beef. And it's no different here at the Shaolin Temple. There are some things you should say, there are some things you shouldn't say. The Shaolin Temple is honestly, it operates like a company because in the 21st century, it has to adapt. There are many departments at the Shaolin Temple. Wherever there are departments or like things like that, there's gonna be competition. Every department is always trying to kind of one-up the other. Naturally, there's a lot of politics and drama and stuff going on. That really caught me by surprise. But here's the catch. In Chinese Kung Fu and as well as in Buddhism, or just really anything in life, I think, the absolute most important thing is the individual. Whatever you perceive in this life is through your own perspective. And I'm not saying to be delusional and stuff, but this is what I mean. Despite the state of the Shaolin Temple, despite the politics, despite the drama, whatever, you ultimately get to decide your experience here. You could be turned off by the temple, you say, I never want to come back again. That's fine. Personally, the drama and the politics, it's a little disappointing to me, not gonna lie, because I grew up on Shaolin Temple movies and documentaries and I always thought this was like the holy Kung Fu temple. But at the end of the day, I've also come to realize the people that run the temple, they might have drama, they might have politics, but the temple itself is still the temple. It's the same temple that stood here for the past 1500 years. The stories and the movies and the documentaries, right? This is the place. So it doesn't matter who runs this place. It doesn't matter how the people are running this place. It doesn't matter what drama or beef they have between the people. I came here for the temple. I didn't come here for the people. And it might not be as pure as I thought it was, but that doesn't have anything to do with the temple, right? It's to do with the people and the departments. I definitely feel like I have gotten a way better perspective on life. By walking around, by admiring the mountains and the temple and the scenery, I think I learned a lot just by being here. And in terms of Kung Fu, in terms of training, I'll be honest, I didn't learn as much as I hoped I would. I used to think that, I need a lot of time for basics, but I've also realized, or I've been told, that it wasn't, I needed to work on more basics. It was just certain coaches didn't really want to teach me certain things, because I remember asking about learning new forms and they kind of just brushed it off, right? And at that time, I thought it was like, oh, it's probably because my basics aren't good enough, so I have to work on more basics. But later I was told by another coach, it was like, no, he just didn't want to teach you. So I'm a little disappointed. I guess I could have learned a lot more in the past 3 months than I did. But at the end of the day, I also did tell myself that I'm not here just for the Kung Fu. I came here for the life and I came here for the experience. And in terms of the experience, I sure as hell got that. Another thing that I want to mention is something I've noticed. So the program I came to the Shaolin Temple with was through the Foreign Affairs Office. And in my opinion, I think it's a little messy the way they run it. This is the first time they've opened up since the pandemic. So I think things are a little bit rusty for them. And for example, they have 3 foreign coaches. So there's 3 monks. So you have 3 coaches, but only one of them can teach. You can't have 2 of them teach at the same time. So when I heard that, I was like, what the frick? Like, why do you have 3 coaches then if only one can teach at any given time? And also just like, I think they want to promote performance, not so much traditional, but like a lot of foreigners I know come here for Qigong and traditional because not everyone wants to like run up mountains and do flips and stuff, right? So it's like if you're trying to push performance, but like, they want traditional, like that's gonna be a problem. Once again, who am I to say? What do I know? That's just my opinion from the perspective of a student under the Foreign Affairs Department. I'm interested to see how they're gonna deal with next year when they open up. Probably gonna be like 10, 20, even 30 people, such large groups, and also I guess such diverse range of skill set and also diverse range of like what they want, right? Because I'm sure not all 30. If 30 people come, not all 30 is going to want to learn the same thing. I could guarantee that. So I'm curious to see how they deal with that. But that's just one thing I've noticed. It's a little poorly run from what I've seen in my opinion. But, I'll give them the benefit of the doubt. Let's see how things go. But that's kind of like a little bit of a retrospective on how I feel about my past 3 months here at the Shaolin Temple. I don't know what March is going to bring me, but whatever that's going to happen, I think I'm ready and I think I'm willing. This is the most important part. You have to be willing to accept whatever happens. And I think after what I've experienced in the past 3 months, I think I'm willing to accept whatever's about to happen in the upcoming 9 months. But I'm very excited to come back in March because I know it's going to be warmer, so training is going to be a lot nicer. Students are going to come, so I'm not going to be the only one. It's nice being the only student because you basically get one-on-one training. But sometimes it also feels lonely and more exhausting because you don't have anyone to share that pain and exhaustion with. I always joke that this is what it feels like to be immortal, right? To see your family and all your friends die, but you're still here. This is what it feels like. People come, they stay for a few weeks or a month. I make friends with them. We hang out, we have a great time, and then their time is up, they go back, and I'm alone again. And then more people come. Same process, we become friends, we hang out, they leave when their time is up, and I still stay. But I'm very grateful to have met everyone that's come in the past 3 months that I was here, and I'm very happy to have met every single one of them. But at the same time, I'm also very grateful that I was able to get one-on-one training in those periods of time where nobody came. It's definitely a win-win, you know, I made so many new friends, I met so many great people, I had such a fun time, but I've also had such good training under different coaches and masters because I was only by myself, experiencing that one-on-one training and the loneliness. It doesn't matter what you do, if you want to pursue one thing to the best of your ability, is going to be lonely because at the end of the day, it's just you. So I'm very grateful to have experienced that loneliness in pursuing martial arts. This is my first 3 months here at the Shaolin Temple in China, and these are my experiences. It's time for me to go back to Beijing, grab a beer or something, eat some meat, and hang out with family and relax just a little bit. Of course, I'm still going to train, but relax a little bit. I will see you guys back at the Shaolin Temple in March. So don't miss me too much.